At first, I was too scared to tell anyone this story, and then when I did tell people, they always laughed at me. I have no reason to make it up, I wasn't on drugs, and I'm not psychotic. Back in the fall of 2017, I started my freshman year at Michigan State University. There is a trail behind some dorms, collectively called River Trail dorms because of their proximity to the Red Cedar River and the woods. The trail is colloquially called Rape Trail because you enter it through a gap in a fence, and it can be known for some unsavory activity at night. I had never heard of an assumed happening there while I was there. Mainly it was just where kids went to smoke weed and cigarettes. Well, I had become friends with a couple of boys, and one day after dark, they decided to go to the trail and smoke weed, and I joined. I never smoked with them as I got obviously interrupted, but nevertheless, I sincerely do not believe that marijuana has anything to do with this story. Anyway, the boys were doing their thing when a figure walked into the open gap in the gate. We were at least 50 feet from this gap, and the only people on the trail. It was probably close to 10 p.m., and besides the moon, the only lighting came from big parking lot lights close to the gate opening. At first, the boys I was with said that the figure resembled a Korean international student that they knew. I had never met him, so I relaxed a little thinking everything was fine and this person was a friend. Well, they're calling out his name, but he never looks over at us, and he goes off the trail path into the sticks and leaves, but it doesn't make a sound. They're still calling for him, and I'm confused why he's acting so bizarre. I can sense the boys tensing up. This is the only way I can describe what happened next. The boy morphed into a very tall, at least 7 feet, completely pitch black, featureless, clothless, not even human figure. It was human-shaped, I suppose, extremely skinny, but reflected no light and seemed almost two-dimensional. The figure looked at us dead on. Though it was maybe 50 feet away, it moved towards us effortlessly in about 2 strides like it was floating. It came up to us almost head-on and still had no features, no eyes, no nose, no mouth, all black. Then, when it was so close I could almost touch it, it morphed into the international student, back down to a probably 5'6" human male. The boys were extremely apprehensive and feigned normalcy, but were probably just playing cool. They asked him questions, and he lit a cigarette, but I can't recall him speaking or answering anything, just smoking. We excused ourselves and pretty much ran back to our dorm. I was not the first person to speak. It was my friend who asked, "Did we just see Slender Man?" I said yes, and let's not talk about it anymore. The other kid was speechless and said nothing. We never spoke about it ever again, and we all drifted apart within the semester, and I haven't spoken with them since 2018. I truly thought this was the end. I was going to die. To this day, I have never been more terrified in my life. It's to the point that I almost don't fear humans at all, and the only thing that makes me scared is paranormal things. I don't go into the woods very much anymore, only in broad daylight, and even then, not so much. I have a deep respect for nature, and I know that the woods are not my territory, especially at night. I have no idea what you would categorize this as. I've called it a skinwalker, but I'm not sure that's accurate. Obviously, Slender Man isn't real, but minus the suit it was kind of dead on. I don't know, if people can provide more info, I would like to learn more. I can't be the only one.